All right. Welcome welcome all to not a Dakota Collegiate Rocket League stream, but something a little different, something a little more personal, and for myself, something a little sad. I've debated about this for a while in terms of how to make this video, but in standard K-Tool fashion, I think the best bet is to just put myself in front of a mic and camera and wing it. So without further ado, this is my retirement video. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex You Ktool, and I founded Dakota Collegiate Rocket League 5 years ago. For those of you who don't know, the idea for Dakota Collegiate Rocket League came way back in 2020, right? Peak COVID, absolute shit show. And a lot of us were kind of depressed, stuck inside playing video games. Myself and so many others. Specifically at NDSU up in Fargo. We're stuck inside playing a lot of video games. And I had reached out and basically joined the little Rocket League club that NDSU had, which was about 10 people back in the day. And over the years, it grew to 20, 30, 40, 50 people. And I was very fortunate enough to get some help with some others and ended up making a little league. Basically a little 2v2 league and a 3v3 league. And after that started, it basically blossomed into what DCRL was today. The idea of DCRL itself actually came from a LAN, my first ever LAN that I actually traveled to. And it was actually shout out to CRJ Pumpkin and Perchance of School of Mines back in the day that we ended up actually playing them on LAN, and then afterwards ended up going back to the hotel room and playing a lot of Mario Kart, which they actually got in trouble for. And I love that that is our first official meeting. They ended up talking about Rocket League with us, and I had mentioned that up at NDSU, we have roughly 50 students that are interested and are actively competing in these leagues that I helped run. And they were blown away by the support that we had. And they ended up asking, are they able to join? And at the time, I had pretty much said, well, it's just a league for NDSU students. It's not a league for everyone else. I then told CRJ Pumpkin to let me cook, let me come up with something and see if it works out. So it ended up being Greek Avenger, who was a massive, massive part in helping Dakota Collegiate Rocket League come to be. It ended up being a 3 a.m. Discord call that I ended up calling him. And basically for about 2.5, 3 hours, he basically just sat there and listened to me rant and naturally come up with my own ideas on God knows what this league could potentially be. And Dakota Collegiate Rocket League was born. With all that being said, it is now time for me to step away. DCRL has grown more than I ever could have thought it would be. Obviously, there's been so much ups and downs on the back end, so much time and effort spent of so many people just coming together and using their time to make something that they truly, truly believe in. The reason that so many people put in so much time into this video game, into this league, is because of the players, because of the people, and the amount of enjoyment that we get of creating a beautiful product that for some reason people keep tuning into and keep giving us a lot of money, which we are very, very appreciative of. To all the players out there who have ever played in DCRL, I truly want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for trusting in me to do this random league with the help of so many others and turn it into what it is today, for showing up, making sure you guys are following the Twitch channel, giving us generous donations, just being an enjoyment, casting, helping with stats, doing so many things. It really, truly does mean the world. And that is the reason that I've stuck around so much, is because of you guys. This league has meant so much to me over the years. The amount of nights spent awake, grinding away stats, grinding away graphics, grinding away at the website and other just random things. It takes its toll. And anyone out there who either has helped run a league, has done something yourself, or has gone down crazy rabbit holes of hobbies, how burnout is a real thing. And it definitely affects people in a lot of different ways. Unfortunately for me, it took the biggest toll was my relationship with my now wife, which is still a little weird to say. There was a couple years in the middle there where Rocket League was number one. Dakota Collegiate Rocket League was the number one thing in my life. We're putting that number one over school, over the wife, over homework, over friends, other stuff. It was just Rocket League. And I was grateful in the fact that I was able to grow this league with the help of others to what it is. But at one point in time, it is time to move on. DCRL is not going anywhere. Don't worry. We've got a plan. I think. We'll work on a plan. But for now, it is my turn to step away. DCRL will be taken over by, no surprise, Hayden Worley. This man has been my second in command for years, and in many ways is actually the one leading the league while I'm off traveling for work, getting married, and starting to put my time into other projects. With that being said, Hayden has had as much experience, if not more, when it comes to running the streams, graphics, the overlays, running a league like this. I am super, super excited to see where Hayden ends up taking this league with the help of the other execs. And it's going to be a real sweet treat for me to see from the sidelines how DCRL can grow.
Well, you heard it correctly. This will officially be Ktool's last season being the president of Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. It's obviously been a long time coming. You know, we've toyed with the idea of him taking his departure for quite some time now. But after this season, like you heard, Ktool will officially be stepping down from his position and handing it over to me. Me, as well as all of the other execs that have been helping out so much behind the scenes the past few seasons. We will obviously be sticking around and continuing to steer the boat and lead the way with this whole thing that we call Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. With me officially taking over, I just wanted to hop on here at the end of this video and say a few things before we close things out. First and foremost, I have to give Alex or Ktool his kudos for everything that he has done for this community, and not just for DCRL, but just in the entire upper Midwest here. He's done so much, just anything esports related. Ktool was always there to help and always willing and a huge resource. And if you know him, he was so good at it as well. He's just so charismatic, outgoing, and listen, it's hard not to glaze him enough when it comes to what he did for this community. He truly made a huge difference in so many people's experiences, myself included, and the things that Ktool created was able to give me that home and that thing to be a part of during my college experience. And I know I'm not the only one as well. This is a pretty big step for him, taking a step back, and it's a huge loss for our community. It really is. So thank you, Ktool, from the bottom of my heart and from so many others as well, for everything that you have done for our community. The last thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll close this video with, is we need help. As you guys know, I'm obviously not the youngest person in the world either. I'm going to be 26 come here in July. I'm not in a position to be able to do this super long term, similar to Ktool's position that he's in right now. So with that being said, the current plan is coming into season 9 of Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. This is basically our cry for help, looking for somebody that might be interested in taking over after I'm taking my hat off and calling it quits as well. So the hope is that with us putting this out, this announcement saying that Ktool's stepping away, saying that basically I'm not going to be here for too horribly long. This is our cry for help, saying if anybody is willing to try and run this thing afterwards, or if anybody has any interest in keeping the league going after we're gone, the time is now. And so ideally next season, I would take that person, or the executives as a whole would take that person kind of under their wing. We would show you the ropes. We would teach you everything and show you our culture and our ideals and what this league is about and how we've ran it for the past close to 4 years at this point. It's super important to us that we keep as much of that intact even after we're gone. We don't just want to hand this off to somebody and have everything that we've done, everything that we've created go out the window and have it become something that we don't want it to be. So I'll say it one final time. If there's anybody willing that they think that maybe they'd be interested in steering the ship and being the president of Dakota Collegiate Rocket League after the next few seasons, please DM one of us. Please reach out to either Ktool or I, and we will start that process as soon as we can. So that's all I have to say. I'm proud to be able to be a liaison as we enter this transitional period in our league. Thank you to everybody who has supported us over the years, and I'm excited to see just what the future holds for DCRL.